What is your perspective in terms of the right ingredients you need to have in play to have a successful digital transformation program?
So I think few ingredients, few recipe for success based on our experience. The first one is always start with the business outcomes in mind. Whether it's about improving the customer experience, it's about improving employee productivity or driving growth through new business model. I think it's of paramount to have clarity on what are the business outcomes you want to achieve. And I really think there is a case for driving more technology conversation in the board. I don't think today in the board there is enough technology discussion. We know for a fact that technology is a key enabler of transformation, both at the application and infrastructural space, but I don't think the CEO is bringing enough of this technology conversation within the board and making it a key strategic imperative. So that's the first one. The second element is CIO, they really need to accelerate on the modernization of the IT estate, accelerating the migration, the transition to hybrid environment, and really driving modernization both at the application and infrastructural level to increase agility and enable growth. The third element is scaling intelligent IT automation, which is going to drive simplification and efficiencies, cost reduction, and most importantly, is going to free up resources from manual tedious job and allowing them to do more meaningful jobs. All of the above while building a secure and resilient enterprise, which is becoming a priority for CIOs and for business leaders alike. And it's becoming more and more also a source of differentiation and competitive advantage.
Do you see a fitment between large corporates looking at working with startups and applying the corporate venturing part?
What we do in Kyndryl is we are tackling corporate venturing. Of course, we currently have in the pipeline more than 250 startups that are under due diligence. We already onboarded more than 60 in just 1 year of life. And but we're trying to do corporate venturing in a different way. And the two defining characteristics for us are, first, it's really a cross-functional effort. Sometimes the risk of corporate venturing is to have a team that is isolated from the rest of the enterprise. Having a cross-functional effort really enables us to drive faster value to our clients and to incorporate faster startups in how we work and the solution we deploy for our clients. And the second element is we are very strict in terms of looking at startups that align to UN SDG goals. And I think this is a way for us to leverage our scale and reach to accelerate the impact that we can make in the world by recruiting and onboarding and partnering with startups that align to our values and to the UN SDG goals.
What's the sort of considerations enterprises need to have with respect to data, but also the digital engineering or infrastructure that they need?
You mentioned data. I think there is a lack of standard, lack of automation in the way we collect the data and analyze the data. I think there is a lack of structural taxonomy and alignment to the SDG goals. So I think technology and data can really play a huge role in terms of enabling these transparencies and this visibility.
You know, if you look at markets like Australia and Singapore, for example, there are companies that are trying to encourage the workforce to come back into the office.
I think companies really need to move from push to pull, not pushing people back to office, and not even pulling people with freebies. I think more and more employees will look for meaningful, relevant moment. I go back to office because there is a meaningful, relevant moment that is enabling my personal growth, because I meet very interesting people, because we have a very interesting discussion around some key topics, because we invite people from outside to enrich this conversation. So leaders will need to create more and more meaningful moments pulling people back to office and creating value for the employees. That's what I think needs to happen, and that's a cultural shift that really needs to happen.